Hello everybody and welcome to this video, just a quick video to show you an amazing example of descriptive writing in a book that I've been reading recently. Now, many of you have messaged me with the question about the descriptive writing versus the narrative writing. And obviously narrative writing is writing some kind of story. You might be asked to write the beginning of a story or something like that. And in a story there will be a plot, there will be things happening. In descriptive writing, you'll use a lot of the same techniques, but it won't be so plot-driven. There won't be so much happening. And a lot of students struggle with this. Now, hopefully you're aware of the fact that there won't always be a narrative question and a descriptive question, and you choose one of them. There will be two questions, but they could both be descriptive questions. They could both be narrative questions. So you have to be familiar with both styles of writing. So I've talked a lot in my videos, and check out the AQA English Language playlist, about how to use the senses, how to use poetic language, how to vary your technical skills to get those high marks. But I want to show you a really nice example taken from the autobiography of A. Gill called Pour Me a Life. Now, what I would say is that this book is absolutely amazing in the way it's written. There's not enough time really for you to order it and read it, and the content of it is about a man's alcoholism. So it's a pretty sensitive subject that not everybody might like to read about. But what I would say is that it's worth going to Amazon, looking at this title and clicking on Look Inside, or clicking on the sample for the Kindle and just reading a few pages, because I don't know that I've ever seen such beautiful writing in a book like this. It's absolutely amazing. So I'm going to show you an example from the book where he describes a pub. So he's gone down into a pub that's open during the day, and he just describes it. And this is a very small section of the text. I've just literally taken a photo or two photos on my iPhone. But have a look at the description here. The place was coated with nicotine and despair. It was the most hopelessly sad and loneliest room I've ever known. There were glazed windows with curtains, behind which was painted a home county's landscape, a wry trompe-l'oeil that twisted the truth. We were in a cellar, a burrow, a tomb, where the wounded, sodden, failed and frightened came to hide. On the wall there was a reproduction of a painting of 18th century huntsmen enjoying a tale and a tincture in some amiable country hostelry. They were the bucolic English yeomen of yore, ruddy and true, loyal, jolly, prosperous and sturdy. The picture was a slap, a caution, a reminder of how far from the ideal of manhood and society I had fallen. All the coy, sentimental attempts to cheer the bar up, tranquilize it with kitsch, the plastic flamenco dancers and china poodles became the malevolent props of a horror movie. Now, what I love about this, there are lots of things that make this really good, but one of the things that makes it really good, of course, is this wide vocabulary. And a lot of you might look at this, myself included, and think, well, I could never have that wide vocabulary. So what's the point in kind of saying, have a look at this? You know, Mr. Bruff, why are you showing us this? But there are some beautiful touches in this piece of writing. And what I love is the way that it describes in such a inventive way. So nothing's actually happening, is it? He's just describing the room, describing a picture on the wall and some ornaments. But the way he describes is so brilliant. Lovely use of adjectives. This idea as well of coated with nicotine and despair is so clever, and really, really good use of descriptive writing. So I really would recommend, because I get this question a lot, what books should I read to show me how to write well for descriptive and narrative? I just recommend you download the sample or have a look at the Look Inside section of this book. But this is such a beautiful piece of writing, and the whole book is written like this. And it's a great example for descriptive writing, how you can write really well to describe, to paint a picture in the reader's mind of the place that you're describing, without it having to descend into a narrative piece of writing where it's all plot driven. If you found this video useful, please do subscribe to the channel.